Hi, I'm Meg Johnson and welcome to today's video, Quote of the Day, where we find quotes that uplift and inspire us through our lives because we just need that sometimes. So if you think of someone who needs this video or this quote, share this with them so that they can have it and be helped and uplifted in their life. So the quote that we're going to talk about today is Mark Twain. He said, "It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but rather the size of the fight in the dog." So it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And it means, it's talking about us and, who we are and what it is we have to offer this life. And really our talents and abilities and skills only get us so far. We need to put them to work in a vicious way sometimes. And I remember when I came home from the hospital, I really didn't have a lot of talents and skills and abilities to boast about at all. I was 97 pounds in a wheelchair, like this little rag doll. And it was hard, but one by one, I learned to do the things in this life that I needed to do, like put on my makeup and do my hair and put on my clothes and, things like that. And early on, when I could hardly do any of this stuff, I lived in a little apartment below my parents, like in my parents' basement, had a little rollout apartment and stuff, and so it was nice and wheelchair accessible. They reconfigured it while I was in the hospital, so here I am in the basement. It has a kitchen and a bedroom and a family room, all that stuff. My mom's not too far away. She just lives upstairs, just a phone call away, and we live in the age of cell phones. So I could have called her, and I did call her for everything and anything that I needed. However, this one day, I got a little hungry, through the day. It wasn't morning time, but it was through the day sometime, and I got a little hungry. And my mom is actually a chef, she's written a cookbook and everything. And but I was 22 years old. I didn't want to call my mommy to come and make me something to eat. And so I was like, okay, I can do this. And so I roll into the kitchen and I'm looking around. This is my first time in the kitchen since I've been in a wheelchair. And I'm like, okay, I need, I'm thinking the thing that I'm going to make that's going to be the easiest to make, what would you make? I chose cereal. And so I was like, okay, I can do this. And so I go to where the bowls are and I open up the cupboard. I use both hands and I grab the handle and I pull it open, and I'm really proud of myself because I've never done it before. And then I get a bowl, and I put it on my lap, and I'm really proud of myself because I've never done that before, in a wheelchair. And I push over to the table and I put the bowl there. And then I roll back into the kitchen and I grab the drawer where the silverware is. And I squeeze the handle and I open it up, and you got that drawer that just kind of sticks and is hard to open. So I was like, finally open it up, and I'm so proud of myself because I've never opened the silverware drawer before in my wheelchair with my paralyzed hands. And then I reach in, I grab all the spoons because I don't have enough fine motor dexterity to grab just one. So then I just kind of shake them until they all fall except one. Then I put that one little spoon on my lap, roll over to the kitchen table, and I put that one spoon there. And I feel like a champion. I feel like a total warrior. I'm looking at my bowl and my spoon and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so cool. I can't believe I've done that. And I go back, I'm going to get the milk. I'm a little intimidated because milk's heavy. And I'm 97 pounds and I'm not sure how I'm going to lift this milk up. But my first problem is opening the fridge. And so I'm looking at the fridge, and it's the kind of fridge that opens, on both sides. It's not a top freezer and a bottom fridge. It's like a side-by-side fridge and freezer. And I don't know how to open it, but after a lot of finagling and figuring it out, I learned that if I'm sideways next to the fridge and I put my hand down the middle and then I lean the opposite way from the fridge and I twist my hand, then the fridge will open. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool that I can open that fridge. And then I'm in luck because the milk is almost gone. And so it was actually really light. So I just scoop it up with my pinky, put it on my lap, go over to the kitchen table and put that milk right there next to that bowl, next to that spoon. I mean, the hallelujah chorus is going and people are clapping. I mean, nobody's clapping, but in my mind, there is a party in the house because I got the milk, the bowl, and the spoon on the table. And I go back in to go get the cereal. And I go and I open up the cupboard where I think it is, and it's not there. And I'm just so then I open up a different cupboard, and then a different one, and a different one, and a different one, and then until I open all of the cupboards that are down below, because when they reconfigured the house, for whatever reason, they took out the cupboards that were up high because they just assumed someone in a wheelchair couldn't, use those, and so they just don't even have them. And So there's no cupboards up high for the cereal to be in, and the cereal is not in the cupboards down low. But when I do find the cereal, this is what I do. I'm not sure if my family's always done this, or if it was new because we took out the top cupboards in the downstairs kitchen. But for some reason, the cereal was on top of the refrigerator. And I was like, if you want to know what the refrigerator looks like to me, just get on your knees and like look at the fridge. Like it's enormous. I was like, oh my heck, look at that cereal up there. I was like, oh, but I had the bowl, and I had the spoon, and I had the milk, and dang it, I was gonna have that cereal. And I remembered in my mind, like, there was, they had been still doing some construction in the downstairs, in the hallway. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go there, because I remembered seeing a broken curtain rod on the ground. And so I went and I got this broken curtain rod, and I reached down, I picked it up, I put it in my mouth, and I lifted it up with my hands because my back muscles can't pull me up off the, if I'm leaning forward. And so I've got this curtain rod in my mouth, and I'm pushing down the hall like a pirate, with the, like, holding on to this curtain rod in my mouth. And I get in front of the fridge, and I take the curtain rod out, and I ready myself, and I'm holding the curtain rod, and I'm looking up at the fridge, and I say a prayer, and then I whack the fridge with all of my might until all of the cereals come crashing to the floor. And then finally the Chex came, which is the one that I wanted. And I reached down and I grabbed the Chex and I bit it, and I lifted myself back up with the Chex in my mouth, this big Chex box, and I push over to the table and I take the Chex out and I pour those Chex, and Chex go everywhere. But enough made it into my bowl, and I pour that milk goes everywhere. But enough made it into my bowl. And when my mom came downstairs to check on me, I was eating cereal that I had made myself. Like, ta-da! Like, hallelujah chorus, there was, oh my gosh, I just felt like such a champion, such a champion. For not having very much to offer this life physically, paralyzed from the chest down, my hands don't work, I can't stand up. Like, I feel like I put up a good fight that day, and I feel like we all need to get whatever it is that we want. If you were gonna close your eyes right now and imagine a refrigerator, this big, tall refrigerator right in front of you. If you were gonna put what it was you wanted the most on the top of that fridge, what would it be? What would it be? Would it be peace in your home? Would it be a degree? Would it be a bike? Like, what is it that you want the most in your life? And I would challenge you to take this quote from Mark Twain and apply it. Apply it with everything that you have, because really, it's not about our strengths. It's not about our abilities. It's not about our talents and our skills and whatever it is that we're blessed with. It's about our fight. It's about how we're going to use that, because it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And when it comes to getting whatever it is we want on top of that fridge off, we gotta put up a good fight. A really, really good one. So that's the quote for today. I hope that you can take it and it blesses your life in a way that it has really blessed mine. If you like this video, share it with somebody who has something on top of their fridge. And come and visit me on my website. I'd love to see you there. Follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Those links are in the description below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're not already. And, because these videos are designed to help us through our day, through our week, to inspire our lives, not because of any other reason other than this life just gets really hard. And I'm hoping that by sharing these stories and these awesome, awesome quotes, that we're all inspired to do better and be better and get whatever it is that we want, so that all of us through this life, no matter if we can walk or not walk, we can all just keep on rolling. So thanks so much for watching.